Hi, welcome to Posture Correction Stretch. This workout is fantastic if you suffer from tight neck and shoulders or lower back pain, and it can help give you a tighter tummy and that dancer's leaner figure. It can also help your flexibility. Okay, so I would like you to start lying down on your mat, and I just want you to take a couple of seconds to relax. Put your head into your hands and relax your neck. Give me a couple of deep breaths. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just take a minute to slow your heart rate down. And when you're ready, give me one heel into your bottom. Try and keep your knees together. And take a second to really push that hip flexor into the floor. Now come and stretch backwards for me. Lift your chest off the mat, and you should feel a stretch here in your chest and a bit more into your quads and your thigh. Give me that heel into your bottom and repeat it one more time. So lift up, feel that fantastic ab and chest stretch. And bring that heel back into your bottom. Switch over to the other side, so you're relaxing that head down. Keeping going with those deep breaths, and actually really think about pushing that hip flexor and finding the floor. Now come and lift up your chest, lift up your abs, and feel that stretch in the front of your arm. And return that heel to your bottom, relaxing your head again. And come and lift off one more time. See if you can get a little bit higher back. And heel comes in. Good. Now you can repeat that again, or if you feel like you can take it a bit harder, give me both heels into your bottom, knees are together, breathe out, lift up that chest. So here, you're working into your lower back, your abs, and if you've got tight shoulders, it's often your chest that's actually very tight. I would like you to push back onto all fours now. So, shoulders are directly underneath your hands, and I want you to think about pulling your tummy in, tucking your pelvis under and tilting your head. So I can feel a fantastic stretch through my shoulders now. And then breathe out for me and look up to the ceiling. So tilting your head, breathing in, trying to give me a really nice arch, concaving that tummy. This is about getting some mobility into your spine. Breathe out and look up to the ceiling. One more time. Breathing in, making that rainbow. Breathing out into your lower back. I would now like you to give me a shoulder stretch. So come and reach through your arms. Turn your head. And actually put some body weight on that shoulder. You should feel a stretch into your lats and your shoulder. And then come and switch over to the other side. So reaching through. I love this stretch. I teach a lot of boxing. My shoulders get really tight. I find this is really helpful. Good, now come back onto that all fours position. I would like you to now come up into a full plank. So you're thinking about pulling your belly button into your spine. You should be very evenly balanced. So my weight is even between my hands and my feet. Just give me a couple of deep breaths here. And come and push back for me. So, heels are stretching down into the floor, stretching in between your shoulders. This is a fantastic stretch. If you can bend one knee, then you should feel a bit more stretch on your calf. If we wear heeled shoes all the time, don't spend enough time barefoot, then our calves can get very tight. Our calves also get tight if we are stressed. Our cortisone gets stored there. So just take a couple of seconds. It should feel like you're kind of pedaling a bicycle. trying to get your heel down to the floor and getting a really good stretch into your shoulders. Come and settle with both heels down. Good, and come back into that plank. I would now like you to lower down into the floor and give me an ab stretch. So bending backwards, looking up at the ceiling. Core is still engaged. Lower down, push back into that plank. Core is tight, push back into downward dog. This time, if you would like it harder, lift off one leg. In this position, if you want to walk your hands back towards your knee, it doesn't matter how high your leg is, just try and square off your hips. Back knee is straight. Just work as hard as you can. And now come and take that foot into a run position. So this is a great core workout. Step through into your hands. Runner's stretch. So this position, your chest is up. Core is engaged. If this feels hard enough, you can stay here. If you would like it harder, think about tucking that hip under and sink down for me. I am always super fussy about arms, so I would like straight arms. Feel like somebody is pulling your fingers. Take a deep breath, come back into that runner's position. Step forward and give me a nice deep breath in. Perfect, forward fold. I want you to step back into that plank position. Now, on the push-up, if it is too much for you, you can drop your knees, elbows go down, back bend, push back, come back into that plank position, tuck your head back into downward dog, and lift up your other leg. Remember, if you want this harder, walk those hands towards your foot. Try and feel that stretch in your hamstring. Core is nice and tight. Hold it for a couple of breaths and come into hover. Knees into your chest. Pull your tummy in to support your lower back and step into that runner's stretch. Feel that hip flexor stretching back. Chest is up. If you can, find your balance. Drop down. Arms go up. Deep breath in. And step forward. Still one more time. So deep breath in. Breathe out. Step back into that plank. Core is nice and tight. You can drop your knees if you want to. Lower through a tricep push-up. Back of your head. Nice into that back bend. Breathe out. Tuck your toes under. Hold that plank. Push back into downward dog. You should feel on this round that maybe you've got a bit more stretch in your back, if you've got a bit more give in your calves. Come and lift up that first leg. Think about that stretch through your shoulders. Abs are tight. Knee is really straight at the back. Come into that hover position. Step through into the runner's stretch. Arms go up if you can. This time I would like you to drop your knee. So in this position, I want you to think about your tail. You can put your hands on your tail, push forward and open up your chest. So I am actually using my hands to increase this stretch on my hip flexor. And then the same arm that you are bending, you can give me a back bend here. So turning your face, just trying to increase that stretch in your hip flexors. Tight hip flexors are often the things that are causing lower back pain. I would now like you to come up with two straight legs. Now, if you are not down on the floor, this actually can be quite hard to balance. So just do your best with your core. If you can get your hands onto the floor, I just need both toes pointing forward, abs are nice and tight, and I can feel a crazy stretch on my hamstring. Lift up that front toe. You will feel that stretch into your calf, trying to get your head onto your knee. I'm sure once upon a time I was able to do that. Give me a couple of deep breaths. Return that toe down. I'm sure you all felt that stretch and come back into runner's position. We're going to start with that tricep push-up, breathing out for the ab stretch. Lower down to the floor, push back into plank, tuck your head backwards and stretch that other leg out on the floor. Try and keep your hips square. This is a really easy one to forget about your tummy. Think core tight. Doesn't matter how high that back leg is. And now I want you to give me that knee into your chest. This is your hover. Come and step through into your hands. Runner's position. Give me that reach upwards. Drop your knee down. Hands on your bottom and open out your chest. Just take a couple of seconds here. I'm going to turn and face you. So I'm really pushing my hips. I'm opening out my chest. Arm goes up. Give me that ballet pose. You're turning your face. That ballet back bend. Well done. Then this time, this is the killer hamstring stretch. Come up into that triangle position. Toes are pointing forwards. Relax your head onto your knee. Here is the crazy hamstring and calf stretch right here. I now want you to lift up your toe. Bring it into your calf. So many of us suffer tight calves. They really affect your posture, can affect your knees. It's great to stretch them out. Give me a couple of deep breaths here. You're trying to get your head onto that front knee. Lower your toe, continue to stretch. If you aren't down on the floor, don't worry about it, but you are going to get some crazy core work. I find it very hard to manage it here. You're doing really well. I want you to come into that runner's position. Now come and sit up for me. Lean back. Now in this position, I can feel my abs working with the feet on the floor. I am opening out my chest. I want you to use your lower back. Chest is up. If you would like it slightly harder, come and lift off one foot. Change it to the other foot. Or if you are super advanced, you've got a strong core, you're pulling your tummy in, give me both feet up. Make sure you can continue to breathe. Come and scoop up, roll down through your back. Hands go above your head. So coming up, I would like you to lift your shoulders, lift your ribs, lift your waist. And it's like you're doing a sit-up, but you're taking momentum out of the movement. So your abs are tight, hands are going above your head, you are breathing out. And you're coming all the way up to sitting. Now, if you can't come all the way up, just come as far as you feel that you're getting stuck and go back down again. Give me a couple more to just whatever level you feel that you can work out. I'm just trying to get that flexibility into your vertebrae, coming and sitting all the way up. And come and settle down onto the floor. Give me your heels into your bottom. Lift your hips up. Abs are nice and tight. So this is a bridge position. I want you to think about squeezing your knees together. So my feet are hip width apart. And I'm trying to be a straight line from my head to my hip flexors. So, I've got glasses on. Good, so I'm trying to be a straight line from my head to my hip flexors. I now want you to relax all the way down into the floor and squeeze your bottom to come up to the ceiling. Your knees may want to push out to the sides. I would like you to try and keep them in line with your hips. Think about squeezing those glutes. This is a great exercise for tightening up your bottom cheeks. Squeezing it up to the ceiling. Lowering back down to the floor. Give me one more of these. Hold it at the top. Abs are nice and tight. Now, if you can, if you are advanced, either hold it in that bridge position or just take one leg off and hold it here. Think about your straight line. Knees are together. Abs are nice and tight. You're pointing that toe. You should start to feel that glute kicking in a minute. So just holding that position. Couple more deep breaths. Switch over. Reset.
If you've got both legs on the floor and you are holding that bridge position, you could tap your knees together. So, just to engage those glutes a bit more, you could give me a knee tap. So if it's too much on one leg, you can tap your knees together. So hold it a couple more seconds, trying to find that left bottom cheek and relax down into floor. Now give me knees into your chest. I would like you to circle your knees and circle in the other direction. This feels fantastic. It's almost like you're giving your hip bones a massage on the floor. Good, and come and lift your head up. I now want you to give me a lower back stretch. So your head is up, abs are nice and tight, stretching out your lower back. And come and bend out of here. And find that space back onto the floor. I now want you to give me one straight leg, step your leg over and reach your arms to the other side. So looking at me from the front, I'd like you to lay back. So I've got one knee up, it steps over my leg and then my arms wrap around me and it's like I'm reaching into the opposite direction. You should feel this is a fantastic stretch in your hip flex, in your IT band that runs from your lower back to your knee, and trying to get that shoulder onto the floor, you're going to get that great stretch in your chest. Switch over to the other side, knee goes down into the floor, chest goes into the other direction, and bring your arms across your body. Just give me a couple of deep breaths here. This is a really good one if you suffer back pain. Just trying to get the mobility and flexibility back into those back muscles. Bring your knees into your chest. I now want you to do me a lovely rocking motion. I love this. It's like being a baby again. So you're rocking backwards and forwards. I could do this all day. And come all the way up to sitting. I would like you to just give me a comfortable sitting position. I want you to come and reach over and reach over the other side. I used to find after I'd had my second child, I could barely do this, where she was I had the world's heaviest baby. It was this side, I can still feel it. It's so tight. Good, and another really important muscle is your scalenes. So this is quite hard. I want your ear to go towards your shoulder. I'm pushing down on the floor, so as I'm pushing down, I'm really feeling a great stretch here in the side of my neck. Come and stretch over the other way. Good, come and drop your chin down into your chest. Look up to the ceiling. One more time, chin down into your chest and up to the ceiling. Give me your ear to your shoulder. Ear to shoulder. Come and stretch one arm up into the air. Tricep stretch. Tricep on the other side. Good, and give me a deep breath in. One more. I hope you feel a bit taller, a bit more stretched, a bit more relaxed, and I hope to see you soon for a bit more posture correction stretch.